it's your girl Nell, and I am coming to you live from the tiny studio. I hope that you're having a great day. I'm having a okay day. Um, Last week I hurt myself. I was climbing into my truck, and I slipped, and I caught myself. But as I was going down, that's what I'm saying. I caught myself as I was going down, so I was able to break my fall, but my body was actually, in the process of falling. So, you know, later on that day, I felt fine, and I felt fine the day after that. But then, as being a little older these days, um, what happened next is I realized that I had hurt myself, or I had really, strained my back. And I had surgery on my back maybe, let me see. I think it was back in 2019 when I had surgery, major back surgery. And, you know, I've been fine since then, but that little almost fall, my back is getting better, and I'm getting better. I'm getting better, but let me tell you, back pain is for the freaking birds. I remember years ago there used to be this commercial on TV called for Doan's back medicine, back pain medication, and as a kid I didn't really understand why, the whole, my back is hurting, that kind of thing. I didn't get it. And it's certain things that you really don't understand until you've either walked in that in those shoes, or someone close to you is going through that. So for me, I had to walk in the shoes of hurting my back. I was in, my back issues started after I was in a car accident. I was in a car accident in 2014, 2013, around November of 2013, and a semi truck hit me. So my back has always, from that point until this one, my back has been like the issue. Along with me having post traumatic stress disorder from being hit by a truck. So anyhow, I'm just sitting in the tiny studio today. I have some things I need to take care of. Um in my professional life outside of the tiny studio. Um I'm supposed to be making some bracelets, maybe some necklaces, and I have some designs that I've been sketching for a jewelry line I want to put together for my spring collection. But I'm working on that, and I'm also ordering some supplies and whatnot because, since my husband's diagnosis back in late 2022, I think. I put a lot of things on hold. I put my business on hold. What is my business? My business is the name of my business is Blue Lotus Hill Designs. So I sell my Afghans and uh, winter goods, or what did I used to call it? What is it called actually? It's called outerwear. So I make a lot of outerwear and Afghans, and I also design jewelry and create handcrafted jewelry. So I put a lot of things on hold, and now I'm slowly getting back to, you know, putting my business back together. And it's been like a brick by brick type of thing. Um, so the other day I was going through my jewelry, my jewelry design making um, bins, because I have like maybe about three or four different bins that have, glass beads, semi precious gems, crystals, um, beading wire, necklace wire, things of that nature. Glue. And all of my glues, all of those things are old. I had to throw them out. Um, there were some findings that I had that I realized that they were cheap because they had changed colors. So I had to throw that out. It's a lot. So it's going to be expensive for me to really get my jewelry design, my jewelry part of my business up and going again. And I really wanted to break away from making costume jewelry. I wanted to really get into my gems. Um, making rings and necklaces, bracelets, anklets. I wanted to really get into that using silver or some type of sterling silver or something of that nature. But I have a lot of beads, like just glass beads. So I'm thinking that what I'm going to do first is I'm going to design some bracelets that I can market as just regular glass beads. I have an inventory full of different gemstones, or I should say semi precious gemstones, that I probably will just make a whole a big batch of bracelets, and then I'll probably just put that on my website to sell, maybe sometime in June. And my bracelets look like this. This is one bracelet that has lapis, lapis and wood. This is a lapis and wood um, bracelet. And then this bracelet right here is a garnet bracelet with little silver beads in between. So this is garnet. And what I really want to do is I really want to, get into making rings, which is what I had started um, working on before my husband became ill. I was making and designing and making rings, silver rings with different gemstones in them. But at that time, I was not only working on that, but I had the funds to be able to invest in, some good metals to begin to, make some rings. But at this point, I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the bracelets with the supplies that I already have here in the tiny studio. And then I'm going to finish up on some Afghans that I have. And I'm going to sell those on my Instagram page this summer, so I could be able to or I could be able to invest in the jewelry design aspect of my business. But that's what I'm doing here in the tiny studio. I'm just working on that and trying to get my life together, trying to get it together again. Classes have just started for the summer. So I have a practicum that's coming up. Well, I'm in it right now. I'm in it right now. So the practicum lasts about 4 weeks, I think. And so I'm working on that, and I have another class um, that I'm in. So it's been really, I'm trying to get things to rolling again, trying to get active and, um, just acclimated in back into my life. Um, my youngest child had a birthday. I think it was last week or week before last. She had a birthday. So I no longer have teenagers in my household. My baby girl turned 20. And that was a real interesting time because she's the baby and the tiny studio assistant. And um, I think I talked to you about me going through menopause and hot flashes and things like that. And even though I understand that my role as my the okay, yeah, I'll use that word. My role as a parent, as a mom, I'm no longer in the baby making business. No, I'm not in the baby making business anymore. But all of my children are, officially adults, and they have their own lives. And three lives with me, and my husband right now. But they have their own lives and things that they want to do and accomplish. And for me, it's kind of bittersweet. I'm excited and happy for them, but now I have to just find myself, because I've been a mother for a very long time of children. And oh, my first baby, I had her when I was 3 months shy of my 20th birthday. So, hi, Starny. And I had her like 3 months before my 20th birthday. So if you take that, if you think about it, I've been someone's mommy for a very long time. I've been someone's mommy since 1987, And so um, between being a career college student and um, trying to create some type of life outside of being a mom, which I thought was really important. I thought that having a life outside of being a mom was just something I had to do. I had to be something else besides the mommy of Chastity or the mommy of Constance Monet or the mommy of Kyle or the mommy of Caleb, which those are my children's names. I wanted to build something outside of just being their mom. And I did. But now that my children are grown, it's like I just have this thing where I feel like I'm going through an identity crisis, and it's crazy being that when my children were younger, I, fought to have an identity outside of being their mom and a wife, but now that, you know, it's they are grown and I'm not scheduling play dates and I'm not scheduling trips for them. Our summers are, I'm not playing, I'm not doing the things that, moms do. I feel like I'm in the middle of an identity crisis. I'm trying to figure out, who am I? I I'm still me, but who am I really? Because my kids, they don't need me in the way they've needed me in the past, you know. And so at this big age of 50 something, I'm going through changes. And I guess that goes along with being um going through menopause too. I'm just going through a lot of physical and emotional and mental changes. And I don't know what to think about it. I don't know what to think about it. All I know is that I'm going through these changes, and um, hopefully I will survive these changes. So I was going to work on the sweet potato blanket today, the baked sweet potato blanket, and I started on the ruffles. I'm going to bring it here so you can see it, which is basically the ending of I'm at the beginning of the end for this blanket. And here she is. This is the ruffles, the border. So I started with I started going around the blanket in single crochet with the white yarn. This blanket is heavy. And so that's how I start my edging on my Afghans. Um, After I finish, the main portion of the blanket, then I go around the blanket twice with some yarn to give my edging a foundation. And so I decided to use this green yarn. And my green yarn is going to, well, it makes the ruffle of the Afghan. So what you think? I think this is going to be really cute when I finish. Look at that ruffle. So that's what I'm working on. And I'm working on just a little bit a day because if you recall, if you've been with me for a while, you know that I can crochet for hours and hours at a time. And I try not to do that anymore because the last time that happened to me, I developed tennis elbow or knitter's elbow, where you have this great pain in your fingers that goes all the way up to your elbow. It goes up your arm, and it makes it nearly impossible to crochet. So I've just been working on a little bit at a time when it comes to making or finishing this particular Afghan. But I've decided, as I said before, that I'm going to complete the Afghans that I have in progress on my whips. And I'm going to finish those whips and then sell them on probably on Instagram. Just follow me. You'll find out where they are, where they will be. And the proceeds from that is going to help me to um, rebuild the tools and supplies and things like that I need to really bring my jewelry collection, the ideas that I have for my jewelry collection, to the forefront in the fall. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that some of the jewelry findings that I purchased back in 2021, I think, that I thought were sterling silver, turned out not to be sterling silver, like this earring here that I made. And I don't know if you can see it, but this is the earring. And as you see, the finding, which was supposed to be sterling silver, is turning. Can you see that? And I was like, huh? I thought that this was sterling silver. Why is it turning on me? It shouldn't turn like that. But I was experimenting. I made these earrings for my mother because she likes to wear, her ears are not pierced, so she likes clip-on. And I was experimenting with this. And yeah. And I had put them away in as I do most of my jewelry, I put them away in little baggies. So when I was going through my my jewelry bins and I saw these earrings and I noticed that the findings were changing colors, that alerted me to look at the other earrings that I had made, thinking that I was using silver or sterling silver bindings, and they all were turning, and I was just so upset. So now I have a stack of earrings that I'm going to have to take apart, throw the findings away, and then I'm going to have to do something else with them, which which I probably, well, I think that my jewelry designing and jewelry making skills have evolved since 2017, 2018, and I've learned a lot more. And so a lot of the techniques that I implemented in creating this particular earring, which is not really bad at all, but I want to really, I want all the findings to either be gold or silver, period. Because I want my earrings to not just be, I want people to be able to wear my jewelry for years. I don't want it to be just something that they wear for maybe 6 months and then, everything is turning, so you just toss it. And even though maybe that will be reflected or would be reflected in my pricing, but because most of my supplies, when it comes to the beading and the wires and things like that, those are not cheap. Those are those are expensive. So even though this is, and when I was really selling my jewelry, even though this could be considered costume jewelry, um, the earrings that I was selling, my custom made earrings, were $20 a pair, or more, because, you know, they were custom designed and handcrafted. So, but now that I think about it, I'm, a little bit wiser when it comes to the different materials that I'm using or that I used in the past. And so now I feel bad that I sold, some jewelry for that was, expensive, even though, I figured in the labor and the time and the materials and things of that nature. I really feel bad because I want to have or create timeless pieces and not, when you buy my jewelry, they should be timeless pieces that you can pass down. Just like with my fiber arts, my afghans and shawls and scarves, things of that nature. And when you buy anything like that from me, I immediately tell you and let you know that with proper care, your fiber art or your fiber goods from me should last you more than one lifetime. You should be able to pass it down. It should be generational. And that's how I create and craft my afghans and anything that I crochet. That's the mindset that I have, is that it should last you and you should be able to pass it down. And I want my jewelry to be the same way. I want my jewelry to be of the quality that you can pass that down to your children, and your children could possibly pass it down to their children. So, in order to do so, I have to work with really good quality materials. And as we see, the dealer that I bought these supposedly sterling silver findings from, he was not a reputable dealer. So I'm going to have to find a better dealer because I don't want to invest in findings and come to find out that the findings are fake, because that would not be cool. And to me, it's all about the integrity and the quality of what I create. And I'm not just in this business because I want the money. I'm in this business because I love to crochet and I love to design jewelry and I love to make jewelry. So anything that you buy from me, it has to be quality and it has to be worth, to me, worth the price that I have placed upon it to, to sell to the public. And If it's not, then I'm going to feel some kind of way. So I have a trip scheduled to go to Detroit, and I was just thinking about asking my mom if she still wanted these earrings, because the only thing that's wrong with it is this part right here is turning. And you have to excuse my nails because I crochet and do a lot of different things. So my nail looks like I do a lot of painting and crafting. But anyhow, I'm going to still ask my mom if she wants these earrings. But I don't know. She might say she would, but they aren't up to my standards, so I don't know. But as you see, I'm feeling kind of blah today. It's a beautiful Friday in Florida. Um, there are some clouds out, and the weather person said yesterday that there's going to be some storms coming through, but I haven't seen any rain as of yet, so I don't know. Maybe it'll happen tonight, but I do know that the weather on the forecast, there's supposed to be some type of air advisory out. So I was out and about this morning, and I felt fine, but I'm asthmatic, so anyone who has allergies and things like that, respiratory illnesses, you really have to pay attention to, the weather forecast and the air advisories, because it's really important. I told my husband, about the air advisory for today because he has severe allergies, and um, that's a good thing. So that's basically what I'm doing. As you see, I'm not really 100% nailed today, and that's because of my back situation. Uh, Excuse me. And I haven't been really sleeping well. You know, I haven't been sleeping well, so I'm gonna get it together. I'll be getting it together soon. Um, that's about it. I hope things have been going really well for you in your neck of the woods. I know we're all going through something. And I know I wanted to talk to you guys about something. I can't remember what it was. Oh, but I am going to film a video about um, what I did want to talk to you about. And yeah, I think I am going to save it for a video here in the tiny studio. And I had just been seeing and hearing that a lot of people who have invested in luxury handbags and goods, that a lot of YouTubers who are into the luxury handbags, um, that whole genre, that a lot of them are selling their Louis Vuitton bags and their Gucci bags and their what else? I said the number was Chanel bags. They've been selling them, and they're trying to at this time change their format, or reboot their format. And there's some type of movement going on that a lot of YouTubers or luxury um, YouTubers are just selling off their things, and they're trying to revamp their channels. And I'm going to do a video on that because I have spoken about um, the trends that have been going on YouTube for a while, especially when it comes to buying luxury handbags and things of that nature. And that's why I've always, for me personally, I have a few luxury handbags floating around here. But I saw, and I kind of put myself into that position too, where you start doing YouTube videos on handbags, and you get into this cycle where you feel you have to, you know, buy, 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 buy all of these handbags, and then you look around, and as I said before, the tiny studio is tiny. And then I have closets, but most of my handbags I have to change. I change them seasonally, so I'm putting handbags in storage because I have so many. So people who are on YouTube who are luxury handbag or luxury designer channels, that's a lot to be spending your money trying to make sure you get the latest bag, as the seasons change, and you want to be up to date, and that costs money. I mean, Chanel just went up on their prices last year. You could get a Chanel bag for between five to maybe $8,000 in retail. And these days, the lowest price Chanel bag that you'll be purchasing if you're in the market for it, is still going to run you around $10,000. So when you see YouTubers with all of these luxury handbags, you have to ask yourself a question. What type of employment or what type of lucrative career do you have? Because I'm looking at your shelf and you have over, almost $100,000 worth of bags sitting back there on your shelf. And a lot of YouTubers are coming to this point of reckoning where they are realizing is that having all of this stuff doesn't necessarily make you happy. And then people are also finding themselves where you have all of this thousands and thousands and thousands worth of purses or handbags in your collection. And at one point, your viewership was high, and now your viewership on your channel is dwindling. And it's because many people are, even though the economy is great, many people are realizing that it costs a lot of money these days to buy a loaf of bread, a carton of eggs, and a gallon of milk. So you have to start thinking, do I want to spend my money on the latest Louis Vuitton or the latest Chanel, or do I want to eat today? You have to ask yourself that question. And I'm going to be honest, I used to watch all of the luxury handbag videos, and that's one of the reasons why I started my own channel, because I wanted to talk about my Coach collection. But I haven't bought or purchased a new Coach in months. I have to say, in months. And it's really because I'm happy with what I have. And I'm at the point where I feel like maybe I need to downsize, because there are some purses that I have, or some handbags that I have, Coach handbags, that I just feel like I'm not even in that place anymore, of where I want to actually use it as an accessory, because my mentality is a little different. And I think that when you're going through traumatic experiences in your life, and you start prioritizing what is most important to you, and then you start grading those things, my handbag collection is at the bottom of the list. As a matter of fact, my handbag collection is not even on the list of my priorities. So that's the reason why you haven't seen me talk a lot about my Coach collection in the tiny studio anymore, because I really don't think about it in that way. Um, my last purchase, I believe, was my stewardess bags, and they're vintage. And that's it. And that's not to say that I haven't um, looked on the secondhand market and um, to see what's what. Of course, I'm always going to be a shopper, a window shopper, but I'm not in the mood or a place in my life where I'm thinking about actually dropping my coins on this or that. And I love Prada a lot. And so I'm always perusing the secondhand market for vintage Prada or Miu Miu um, handbags, but I really haven't wanted really to invest in any more Prada bags or any Miu Miu bags, because I'm just not there. My heart isn't in it, because there's so many other things that I want to do that I feel are important to me, and purchasing a handbag at this time is not it. And I think that a lot of luxury YouTubers, luxury handbag YouTubers, are feeling the same way. They're feeling the I want to say the economic crunch, because a lot of these luxury designers, um, their prices have gone up exponentially. They have really, really gone up. And unless you are receiving merchandise from these designers, and unless you're doing that, then you can continue to do what you do, make it do what it does. But if you are spending money out of your own pocket to purchase, luxury goods to be able to showcase them on your channel, then you know hence the situations that we have today with a lot of YouTubers trying to revamp their channels and selling off all of their luxury handbags. So I'll get into that in a video later. I guess I'm getting into it right now. But I just wanted to hop on the line to let you know that I'm still alive. I'm hanging tough, as New Kids on the Block used to say. And I'm just really trying to get it together, because when when you go through situations where you're in pain, it just changes your whole, for me, it just changes my whole demeanor. It makes me, I'm grumpy. Am I grumpy? I am. I'm a little grumpy. But that's what pain will do to you. And I don't want to take any stronger pain medications at this time, because I feel like I can sit with the discomfort. I can sit with it, I can deal with it. And then at night I'll take something to help me sleep. But other than that, I'm good. All right, so I'm going to hop off of here, and I feel the hot flash coming on. Oh, let me tell you, I found that eating a popsicle is a really good way to combat hot flashes. I have maybe 2 boxes of popsicles in my freezer right now, and whenever I am having a hot flash, I run and get one. And I find that has really been helping me with my hot flashes. So being that I'm in the process of um, changing the way that my relationship with food, I am going to invest in making my own popsicles. which is really quite simple. I'm just going to use some herbs in my popsicles, like, mint or some ginseng, ginger, um, maybe some dandelions or something like that. I have this idea about a really great lemon mint popsicle. That should be fun. That should be fun. Something that I can do. Um, but popsicles have really been the thing for me when it comes to, you know, beating that hot flash down. Beating it down with a stick, and here is a stick. All right, so I'm going to hop off the line here. Stay tuned for some more videos to come up on YouTube, up on Simply Nell's Tiny Studio channel. And I will see you soon. I hope that you're having a better day than I am. But guess what? I'm still going to make this a very productive day, regardless of my back. I'm still going to make this a very productive day. All right, then. So I will talk to you guys a little later. Bye-bye.